Alright, 90s, so today continuing on with the character showcases, today we're having a look at the brand new Future Society version of ORIHIME. We are once more on my guildmate Dragon's account, so we are using their ORIHIME, who they do have 5-5, but for this showcase we are only going to use it at 1-5, so basically only 500 attack. Now, I'll be honest, I'm quite happy ORIHIME did get a new character. I do like ORIHIME, and this design's actually really cute. Especially the artwork, it's nice having a happy-go-lucky character in this like cyber-themed banner. The other two characters, of course, being like quite depressing looking espadas, right? So having someone like ORIHIME in the banner honestly is like a breath of fresh air. But ORIHIME as a character is overall going to be a very solid normal attack damage character, a character more so designed for guild quest content, but luckily not restricted to only guild quest content. For starters, the soul trait is going to be minus 21% damage taken, which I guess is a really good soul trait for your potential brave battle ORIHIMEs. Her killer is Super Killer, and she is a ranged character that is strictly designed for the ranged normal attack damage guild quest. So with that, if we have a look at her damage output, she has Flurry +1, but it does get increased to Flurry +2, only in guild quest though. I do think this skill is quite stupid. Not like it makes that much of a difference to me personally, but having Flurry +2 outside of guild quest is not game breaking. Truth be told, the place it most matters is in guild quests, so it is kind of dumb to just kind of nerf the character outside of the mode that she is designed for. So everywhere else where we do test her out, it will be Flurry +1, but in guild quests, it will be Flurry +2. Now, alongside that, she does have more guild quest centered skills, in this case, range damage, which is 10%, but that gets increased to 30% in guild quests, and then she also does have an increased killer effect, which once more gets increased into guild quests, upwards to 50%. Again, good damage buffs, but it's a bit ridiculous they restrict these into guild quests only. Other than that though, she does have quite the high bruiser value. She also then does have an additional 20% normal attack damage, which you give to any technique character. She then of course does have a team boost SA2 with the booster skill, so she's getting a 43% attack and focus increase when you do decide to use that SA2. It will be lasting 20 seconds thanks to the enhancer skill, and then with poise, she is going to be performing like a very good Nat character. Now, one thing I do like about this character is like, given that she is a ranged Nat character with guard break, thanks to the fact that she does have sharpshooter, she's usable outside of guild quest, and she's going to be a fun manual character to use if you do like playing her gameplay, because one, you'll see her visuals are great, but she also has long reach, which is very rare for us to see a ranged Nat character with long reach. So her range is going to be very, very good in my opinion. And then she does have that extra bit of survivability for both guild quest and also non-guild quest content, where if she does have killer, Soripa, and you are going against Soripa enemies, 50% of the time, you are dodging their attacks. So, a lot to unpack here with this character. She's more so, again, a character only really wanting to be used in Guild Quest, but the skills, the gameplay that she does have, she's generally a character that you can take outside of Guild Quest and have quite a fun time just playing with her, given her gameplay, which we are about to have a look at right now. Before we do, though, the build for today is a Golden Chappie Hollow Bay, all with 30% attack, and then we are using Kaname, giving us 30% normal attack damage, and then Urudu, and also the free-to-play Frenzy Renji, both giving us normal attack damage, but also recharge at the same time. So you're getting a good balance of normal attack damage increase with the extra built-in recharge, so you can allow that SA2 to come back a tad bit faster, when you then are keeping the extra stats. So honestly, the way I see this character is if ORIHIME had Yukio's Fullbring. So her SA1 is going to be a pushback attack. Very good visuals, right? Likewise with the SA3, it's like an AoE in front of her. I believe the context of the SA3 is that she sends like a missile strike down or something. But in the best part, the most unique part about this character is her SA2, which is a boost attack, but it does have the added effect of having a tracking vortex. A really cool one at that too. This looks really cool. And the great part, thanks to the community, we were able to get this character fixed. It is classed as a range attack, so when we do demonstrate the character in Guild Quest content, you will see that the SA2 itself actually can provide a good crowd control. Now, in that string, the most important part also looks really cool. Like, I really do like the visual of this character. The yellow squares, but then near the end, if it gets a bit rainbowy, it looks really, really sick, especially because, again, she is a Nat character, a ranged Nat character with long reach. It might not look like it, but a Nat string can actually go very, very far. Let's see how far we can actually go. Like, we're actually hitting the enemy string up there. That's not normal. It really isn't. Can we take it further, though? Can we, like, do up there? Look at that. How far can we go? We're up there, too? That's kind of crazy. So, yeah, she definitely can keep her distance and just do a lot of damage. Just do a lot of damage, right? And then, again, if they get too close, well, then you could just use your SA2. You get the Vortex. Unfortunately, I've got frozen here. Let's back up. And then you just get to do more normal attack damage, right? Now, the build that we are going with, we do get our SA2 in particular come back every 29 seconds. So when the boost is active, we only have like that we only have a 9-second downtime when the boost isn't active. But if we look at our numbers here, we are hitting like 4k per hit. Remember, this is against Iron Skin enemies, so we are doing like 80% less damage anyway. But then we use our SA2, we're starting to hit like almost double damage, almost like 6k a hit, right? 7k there. That's honestly not too bad. But going into the final stage, Okura, I'm sorry, we gotta put you down. Let's use the Soul Bomb. Really cool Soul Bomb. What I actually like most about the Soul Bomb, believe it or not, is how it ends. Like, the kind of screen shutting down looks really cool in my opinion. Oh, that's a nice end pose. First time I try her out. That's actually really cool. Next up, though, we're taking it into Epic Grade. Currently, she is a bonus character, but NAD characters in general are really good in this game mode. In this case, build is the exact same, but we are going with a mixture of full stamina and also normal attack damage to maximize our damage output. So the way the Epic Grade for Renji does work is that there is going to be the barrier, which we can literally just use our SA2, which does provide the crowd control, right? The vortex. So you'll see there, it is going to hit quite a few times. And now all we got to do is just sit back from afar and then use our Night String. Now, in this case, you can see here, we have Killer Effect, right? The enemy itself is a Sniper, so this Epic Grade is just going to be super easy. You can basically auto it at this point. And as you can see there, in less than 20 seconds, the boss already goes down. And then just like that, 25-second clear time with 3 Orihimes in particular, 1 D-Seeds. But truth be told, 1 Orihime can probably clear that fast, right? Look at that, 24 seconds. Nice and neat. But let's actually see how fast a 1 Orihime by herself actually clears this quest. Alright then, so let's see how long it does take her to do 20 million damage against the Renji Epic Grade, which I guess is kind of swayed a bit because we have to waste time destroying the shield, right? But let's see the damage that we are doing here. It looks like 130k when the boost is active, which would have been even higher if we had Fly Plus 2. So that kind of sucks that we don't have Fly Plus 2 outside of Guild Quest, right? Because again, having Fly Plus 2 here wouldn't make it it would make it better, of course, right? But it wouldn't make it broken, right? We just clear it like, what, 5 seconds faster? But thus far, we are going quite well here. Let's go here. Use the Night String. Unfortunately, we have taken damage. We have lost a bit of full stamina. That's fine, though, because right now, it doesn't really matter. Night String is going to finish up here. And in that case, a tad bit slower compared to our full run with other players, which is expected. But in this case, by herself, she did clear, what, 37 seconds? Honestly, not too bad. If you want to farm Epic Grades for a month, this entire month of the month of May, right now, Orihime is probably the most stressed quest to farm because you can probably just auto with her. And even if you don't have Orihime, you can probably still auto because other people will, right? As long as you have like 1 or 2 Orihimes in your lobby, you're probably going to clear super quick. Next up, though, is finally time to test her out in the quest we've been wanting to, of course, in the Nightmare Guild quest, right? Now, right now is a great time to use Orihime, given that the final boss is a speed character, so we do have attribute advantage against the final boss. In this case, Ichigo. But Orihime is overall a great character, and in a way a needed character too, to a certain extent, right? While it's true we still do need a good lead for the ranged Sniper Guild quest, right now the 4 best characters are all years olds. Not Noelle more so, but no one here in the top row has Frenzy plus 2 or an 80% SP boost, right? So we definitely do need a good lead for the ranged Sniper Guild quest. It's not too bad because most people have 7th anniversary Ichigo duped out, but a new lead would definitely help out this guild quest. And as far as NAD characters do go, you know, the ranged side character that you are using, again, was kind of needed here, given that your other options here, Tokinada, Rose, Kiryu, the other Orihime, are all characters that came out years ago. So the ranged Sniper Guild quest might not seem like it needed new characters, but in terms of the characters that we are using, all of them are like years old, right? So having a new character like Orihime is honestly going to be a great character here, especially because, again, as we stated, her SA2, which usually is a melee attack, is now classed as a ranged attack, so it will actually provide some good crowd control. We won't need to do that, though, because we do have someone like Noelle, and we're also using someone like Momo. So the general idea of this team is quite the built-out team, to be fair. We have a max transcended Halloween version of Noelle. She's going to be our main DPS character. We are then using Momo as the team booster. And Momo we're strictly using, I guess, because we want to make sure Orihime is doing most of our damage. If we were to use someone like this Rose, for example, we would then have to give Orihime like recharge and full stamina damage links so she could stack the boost. But in this case, Momo's job is to stack the boost. And she also has booster too, so their boost isn't conflicting with each other. And at this point, all we need to care about is Orihime's damage, and she'll be doing a lot of damage here given that we're prioritizing her doing most damage by giving her full no attack damage and also full stamina. Now, in this case, I'm going to give her a Hollow Bait, because I have removed the Transcendence slots from Dragon. Again, only use a Sword sticker on a Nat character like this if they are max Transcendent. Otherwise, you're better off using a Hollow Bait. So let me go ahead and actually fix that. So with that said, that's the team. Let's jump into the Nightmare Quest. Alright then, so here we go. So we should be relatively straightforward, right? We're going to use our SA2 to ride the crowd control. And I guess if we can, let's try and pay attention to the damage output that ORIHIME can actually dish out. It's going to be hard to actually do that because there's so much numbers on our screen with the vortex and stuff like that, but we'll see how it does go. So I think she's doing like 360k per hit, or that's 3.6 mil. I'm not really too sure. Let's push back with the 1. Unfortunately, ORIHIME is actually not taking damage, so we're actually going quite well here. But we are doing a ridiculous amount of damage. I know we're using a good team here, but damn. Let's push back with the 1. ORIHIME can finish up. There we go. Ishin now spawns in. Let's use the 2. I guess right now would be a good time to use the Sob-Bomb because ORIHIME is our main DPS, right? So we want to make sure we use the we apply the weakened defense against the power boss. And then right now is when ORIHIME is at her best. She has lost a bit of full stamina, so we are losing a bit of DPS there, but it shouldn't really matter all too much. ORIHIME doing her damage. Can we get a potential sub 20? Doesn't like it. We've kind of pushed her back a bit too much, but we're going to pause it there. We're going to pause there. I do not want to use the ticket. If we let that play out, it looks like we've got a 14-second remaining, which honestly is pretty good. Let's try that once more, though. Alright then, so on to attempt number 2. One thing I will say about ORIHIME that I do like is that she can't apply any status augments, right? Because one thing we will see here is with Noelle, we do most of our damage when we apply a status augment, right? There's a lot of characters, especially in the ranged Super Guild Quest, where most of their damage output or gets increased when they get the SP boost, right? And sometimes having Nat characters that can inflict status augments that don't really provide anything kind of just like interrupts it, you know? And you don't want them to inflict a status augment. So at no point here will someone like ORIHIME inflict a status augment, ruining our run. This is going very well, though. Let's use our Sob-Bomb now. Maybe not the best because we actually haven't... I mean, I guess it's fine. We actually clear that super quick. Wow. This is going great. Maybe it's going to get rolling right now. Let's SA 3 and then 2. No one's taking any damage. There we go. This is looking good. 25 seconds remaining. 23. There we go. Look at that. 23 seconds remaining on Nightmare Guild Quest, right? If we take it into very hard, we're probably going to very easily get like 30, 40 seconds remaining. Maybe even 50. Who actually knows? And remember, that's only a 1-5 ORIHIME. I know we had a max Transcendent Noelle there, but ORIHIME's damage output, constant damage output, definitely allowed us to get a much better score, right, had we not had her. Because again, your other alternatives are characters that came out years ago where their damage output's only Flurry +1 and maybe a 50% bruiser. ORIHIME's packing Flurry +2, a high bruiser value, and then also more range and also killer effect in Guild Quests. With that said, though, lads, that's basically Future Society ORIHIME in a nutshell. I definitely think she's good enough to be used outside of Guild Quest. Like, she definitely does have some enjoyable gameplay. As far as Nat characters do go, she's definitely one of the more impressively looking characters over the last year or two. If you are an ORIHIME fan, you can have a lot of fun with this character. The long reach on a ranged character is always fun to play around with, especially with this character's visuals. And thanks to the fact that she was given guard break, yeah, you definitely have a lot of usage for this character. But of course, the main appeal with this character is her Guild Quest performance, and she's going to be very good in Guild Quest. The ranged Sorbet Guild Quest needed a character like this, a new updated normal attack damage character. And the fact that she is that with a high damage output, Flurry +2, with a boost SA2, which also can provide crowd control, that actually is now considered a ranged attack. So yeah, overall, she's a very good character, especially for the ranged Sorbet Guild Quest. If you need a good character to help you through the Nightmare GQ, or even very hard, ORIHIME might be a must-have. Again, shout out to my guildmate Dragon for letting me use their account today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your opinions about this character in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.